Hi everybody, Lips from Anvil here. You are watching Rock Music Star. You know it!
All right, rockmusicstar.com viewers, we are here with our special guest. We have Lips from Anvil right in front of us. Lips, how are you? Welcome to Buffalo, New York.
Great to be here, man.
It's great to see you. Now you just got off of a European tour that was a couple months. Briefly tell us about how that tour went over. It looks like you guys played in front of some great crowds over there.
Oh, it was awesome, man. Did like 50 shows. Played all the countries. Had a great time. Yeah, just absolutely incredible, man.
Yeah, now
best ever, actually.
Yeah.
Here we are in our 41st year, and it was our most successful tour ever. Right?
Wow,
it's pretty amazing.
Yeah, that's awesome. And again, the 41st year anniversary, and you're still putting out quality music. Your 17th studio release, Pounding the Pavement. Absolutely brilliant. Great riffs on there. Awesome lyrics. I mean, what could be better than Nanook of the North? What a great friggin' song.
Good old Nanook.
Yes.
Yeah, it's Canadiana. You know what I mean? That's what the whole idea was. The producer, one of the producers involved with the album, gave me the idea. He said, listen, we need something, you guys should do something connected to your country. And that's what I did, is I wrote a song about an Eskimo family. And I was inspired because when I was 20, I went to college and took cinematography. And in that course, we learned about one of the very first documentaries ever made. Was called Nanook of the North, and it was about an Eskimo family, and basically that's what inspired me, so I wrote the song.
Nice. And the production on the new record, it just sounds fantastic.
Yeah, it's German, of course it's fantastic.
And I mean, as far as, you know, when you're in the studio and you're recording, when you're working on a new record, you always strive to try to maintain the same sound that you have in your head that you want to have, or are you open to each record kind of having its own identity?
Yeah, well, each record does have its own identity, no matter whether you want it to or not, because, I mean, ultimately it's not the same time, it's not the same place, so it can't be the same.
Right.
And I'm not, I mean, you can't really, it's what it is.
Right.
Every album is what it is. It's not what it was. It's what it is right at that moment.
Right.
So you just do it.
Right.
German production is absolutely incredible because let's put it this way, they're the experts. The real metal people of the world in today's world are German.
Yeah.
It's the best technologies and the best technicians. So putting us in that environment is completely amazing. Excellent.
And is there any one particular thing production-wise you really strive for, like your guitar tone or the drum sound, or is it the overall?
It's the whole overall thing. I think what we try to do is capture the real thing.
Right.
We play all the bed tracks as a band. It's not playing the click tracks. It's like really playing as a band. All of Rob's takes are done live and not pieced together. Yes, with today's technology, you can do a drum beat and then the guy pastes and puts it all together, and you can put a whole verse together. Well, no, what we do is we record the whole song, top to bottom, every song.
And do you have
and
like...
play it for real. No All that we do is count it in and play it. There's no click track. There's no electronic adjustment to make it, to quantify it. You know, they got quantifying programs and they can make it all perfectly metronome tight. We don't do that.
Awesome.
It's all just like old school bed tracks. Band goes in, plays the song, just like that.
That's awesome. Do you find yourself trying to, do minimal takes to really catch?
Yeah, well, actually, these are kind of important to understand. I've learned from a very long time ago, particularly during the recording of the Metal on Metal album. All my solos, except for the song Tag Team, were all pre-planned. And Chris Tangaridi, Chris is going, okay, let's do the solo. And I go, I don't have anything planned. He goes, oh, that's great, let's do it, right. Okay, let's do it. And I hit tape, and it was the best solo on the whole fucking album, to me.
Right.
Because it wasn't planned, and I had the influence or the spontaneity and the excitement of hearing it in the studio. It was way better than ever playing it live off the floor in my rehearsals, and then when I go into the studio trying to capture what I did in the rehearsals. This was like, wow, I just fucking go for it. It's like, wow, look at that. So what I learned from that, don't plan your solos and don't plan your vocals. So what I do is I write all my lyrics, and then I go in and I start singing and make it up as I go, the melodies.
Right.
And then I've got every possible possibility. I'm not locked into something because I pre-planned it. That way when the producer goes, oh, I like that, hey, why don't you do that? And then I go, yeah, why don't I? I can do that. I'm not going, well, that's not what I had planned. You're not limiting yourself. These are the aspects that have changed for me over the years. So I've applied the same thing that I do for my lead guitar, I do for my vocals, and it's been working absolutely incredible for me. Last, I don't know, virtually for years, man.
That's great.
I've been doing it like that. It's just a better way to do it. It's just a way to do it.
It's great to see you exude so much enthusiasm about creating music when unfortunately a lot of artists who had, longevity, they don't seem like making new music is exciting, but here you are, and you can just see that your sincerity and
every song, every riff, everything. It's another chance. You don't look at it, oh, I gotta do it. It's another chance to express yourself. How could you look at, man? There's lots of guys who go out on stage and they don't even want to be on tour. What's wrong with these guys?
Right.
Like I don't live that way.
Right.
These are the things that I had in common with Lemmy. Like, we saw poor Lemmy when he was fucking dying of diabetes problems. He had cirrhosis problems of the liver. He had all kinds of complications. And Rob looks at him and goes, well, he just finished the album. He goes, so you're gonna go out and tour now? Of course I'm gonna go out and tour. What would be the fucking point of recording if you're not gonna go out and tour? Exactly.
That's great.
Yeah. That's right.
Now
what would be the point in recording an album if you're not going to go out and tour? So the whole point is, here's another chance so you can do another tour. Right. So make the best album that you can so you got the best tour you can go out on. It's all part and parcel of the same thing. So you have to have the enthusiasm. If you don't, get the fuck out.
That's great.
Stay home. Do us all a favor.
You're right.
Don't waste the people's money who've put it out on your ass. whether it's your pledge campaign, whether it's a record company, don't waste their time and money. What are you doing that for?
You're right.
Hang it up. That's my opinion. I mean, what other guys do, that's their business. What I do it because I have the passion. I love what I do. I live for it.
That's awesome.
I live for the dream, and then I live the dream.
That's right.
This is what it is.
Yeah. You guys have been pretty much on fire since This Is 13. I mean, that I think was the record that kind of like set you in this direction. Super heavy. I mean, it was like, and since then, every release you kind of like brought it up a notch. Since then.
Well, that's right.
Yeah.
Because we have to.
Yeah.
You got to do what you got to do, man.
Right.
You got to surpass yourself. You got to keep. I mean, that's a thing, man. You can't. We're finally getting in a momentum built that should have happened 30 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was held away from me. You know, people are going, how can you do this at 6? How can I not do it? For a fish company, for a flower company, for a fucking catering company. And now I finally don't have to do that. I'm in a position where I can't do that.
Right. That's awesome.
You know, I'm not 25 years old, and my lower back is the oldest part of my body. And the rest of me is still 15 years old. And that's the way I feel. But I'm not in any kind of shape to be lifting 100-pound boxes of salmon up and down stairs. I'm sorry, as much as I'd like to be, I've had enough. So, you know, I got lucky, like some musicians get at 25 years old, but it happened to me when I'm turning 50. So what? Exactly. But then it worked out perfectly because this is the way that it is for me. All through I got to raise my fucking family. I bought my real estate. I fucking set myself up in life. I got my kids in university. The kid that you see in the movies in university, and I'm out on the road. So what's the difference? I was home for my son. I was home to look after him and give him craft dinner for lunch. I got the best out of life without ruining his chances to have the best father that he could have. I got all that, and the environment. He grew up in a home that I bought from working. That being a musician, you could never fucking do it. You're never gonna fucking do it. You're never gonna buy real estate by being a musician. It ain't gonna happen.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
Yeah,
you're right.
You know, not unless you start getting really famous and doing what I am now. But it would have cost me all of the relationship that I had with my son. It would have maybe I would never even have a son because you could never keep a marriage together.
Right.
Being on the road. How do you make a marriage work? You got to be there.
True.
Never mind the family. So it actually is a great happy ending, a great way to. I retired into what I do and what I love the most, music.
And you do really well,
some people
too.
are going, you're gonna retire from music. I already am retired. What do you mean, retire from my music? I'm gonna do this till I die. What the fuck are you talking about? I'm retired into what I do, what I love, and do the best. That's the happiest ending that somebody could ever have in their life. So I'm in a really fantastic, great place.
That's your next song, Rock and Roll Retirement, right?
Yeah.
Now, Anvil, when you first started out, you were a 4-piece, and then after the movie, you changed to a 3-piece.
Right.
And you've remained a 3-piece. I mean, at the time when I talked to you, I think it was 2009. You said there was maybe bring another guitarist in, and obviously you decided not to. I mean, are you happy with the power trio?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Because you know what, the real truths. The second guitar was never really relevant. Particularly in the years since really the Forge and Fire album. The second guitar has never, and really all along, because especially the stuff that we were most known for, like the fast material.
Yeah.
The other guy never even played on the fucking tracks. couldn't play. Like Dave Allison, the original guitarist, he didn't play in Motor Mount. He didn't play that song. I played all the guitars. Or Winged Assassins.
Yeah.
Never played the riffs. I did it all. So people are going, oh, what are we gonna do about the second? What second guitar? What are you guys talking about?
Yeah.
And the even when we got the guy when Sebi was there was songs like Embalmer. He couldn't play the song. Couldn't do the. Couldn't do it tight with me. Couldn't do it. I played all the guitars in that too. Bass player. Didn't have a bass player that could play that tight. I did all the bass playing.
Wow.
So it's like it's not even a 3-piece band. It was a 2 fucking piece band in some songs. So like, what relevance does it have? We go to record This Is 13. Ivan Hurd, he was there for 3 months with us doing that album. He worked for fucking 6 hours to play 2 solos. The whole fucking record. Didn't play one fucking note of any rhythms or any fucking bed tracks. Nothing.
Wow.
6 hours of work.
That's crazy.
Well, that's why. Then you're going, well, what the fuck am I doing? What the fuck is this? Am I doing this shit for?
Right.
So after 13, I went, that's it, man. Done. It's over.
Yeah.
But you know what? You know what's more important than any fucking second guitar? The second voice. Underestimated, not even fucking thought about. But the band that exists today is better than it's ever fucking been because I've got a second voice, which is more important than any second guitar has ever been. That what made Anvil special really in the early years was the fact that Dave Allison could sing. Not that he could play guitar, that there was a second fucking voice, that there were harmonies in our music, that when we played live it was impressive to hear full-on vocals. That's what's impressive.
Yeah,
Now but not only that, you gotta have a bass player that can play like he means it. And what I mean by that is somebody that covers your rhythm section when you're playing lead guitar. And when you have a 4-piece bass player, that's not a 3-piece bass player.
Right.
Can you imagine Geezer Butler not being as who Geezer Butler is and not playing with the attack and energy that guy puts out? Black Sabbath would sound like crap.
Right.
That's what makes a 3-piece band a great band is a great bass player. Yeah, you can have the guitar. Led Zeppelin was great with the guitar. John Paul Jones, without John Paul Jones, you got fuck all, man.
Right.
That bass playing being a real 3-piece bass player, that's the real shit, man. That's the real shit.
Yeah, John Entwistle too.
John Entwistle, exactly.
Yeah.
A real prime example.
Yeah.
Geddy Lee, come on. What are we talking about? Jack Bruce.
Yeah.
Jack Bruce, the almighty. I mean, that's the almighty blueprint of what 3-piece really meant was Jack Bruce.
So, in other words, I guess you're pretty happy with Chris Robinson once he had his...
Yeah, I'd say so.
One of the things that I did notice were the vocals on the new record. I mean, there are parts where there's like vocals, the backup vocals are in there that it's kind of a little different for you guys, and I like it. I like that, how you threw them in there.
Well, it's not that it's different, it's more like it once was.
Right.
You go back to the first album, listen to the song AC/DC.
Mm-hmm.
Listen to all the vocals and vocal tracks that are going on.
Yeah.
That's what we're doing now. We brought back the missing elements of what we had originally, and is what actually made us shine. It's not the second guitar. It's the second fucking voices. That's what it really
you
is.
Figured it out. That's awesome. That's great.
Well, I was going to say, we were talking before about the movie, I mean, obviously, Anvil was never a band that I would say lacked identity, but when the movie came out, it almost created this niche to the world about the band that you guys proved that you can have longevity without necessarily making it.
Yeah, but you know what?
It's
That
determination.
longevity is, I got to do it all on my own terms.
Right.
All through it all. That's real success.
Right.
That's more success than any fucking band could ever fucking dream of or want. Okay? Because you know what? Nothing could be worse than being in a band and being coerced into playing shit you don't like.
That's right.
And there's lots that have.
Oh yeah.
And you know, you sit and you watch, and I'm not pointing fingers. I'm just saying, you watch the special edition of the Anvil movie and listen to what Lars has to say. Listen close to what he has to say. And when he talks about Anvil's had a lot more fun than I've ever had, I know what he's talking about.
Right.
Because I did it my way. I didn't have the pressures of, you guys got to come up with that fucking song for the radio, and you guys got to fucking work with this producer, and you guys better fucking come up with the shit, or you're toast. I've never had to live under those stresses. That's not fun.
Right. That's awesome.
I mean, I'm not saying that he didn't enjoy it, but I'm just saying that there's a level of pressure that I've never had to live.
Right.
The only pressure I have is living up to my own standards.
Right.
And that's a comfortable place. That's a very comfortable place. It's a wonderful place to be. I'm going to outdo myself.
Yeah.
I'm not in competition with anybody
Right.
but myself. And that's a comfortable place to be.
And now that you're in that comfortable place, is there anything else without this amazing career that you've had that you're like, I've yet to do this and I want to do it and I'm going to do it?
You know, that's an interesting question. I think I'm already there. Ultimately, I've always done it my way. If it ended tomorrow, it wouldn't matter, because I still got everything done that I could get done up until the point,
Right.
without compromise. So
What else can
what else can you ask for? I don't know. What do you more?
More.
That's it. I mean, ultimately, that's what I say. When people go, what's next? I just go, more. Hopefully, with health. It's all about health.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Honestly, at this point, give me health. Give me more.
Right.
It's not about, there's something missing. It's about more. It's all very, very simple. You know, the person laying on their fucking deathbed, can I have one more day?
Right.
It's the same shit. Right? Just want another day.
Right.
And ultimately, that's what I'm saying. Just more.
It's kind of ironic you mentioned Dio and they start playing.
Yeah.
Thank
But-
you, Ronnie. He's up there
Yes.
listening. Yes.
But I mean, it's just amazing to talk to you. Thank you for your time today. I mean, you know, it's just amazing to speak with somebody, a musician like yourself, that still is loving what they do with the passion that you have. You're still creating new music, and you still love what you've done, no matter what level of success you have attained throughout.
Yeah,
the
but you know
years,
what? It's not a matter success. It's how do you measure success? By what people think? I mean, come on, really.
What makes you
Like
happy?
this is something that that the human race still has to get their head around and understand. You don't worry about what. That's not how you measure your success. Success to me as an artist is writing a song with a bunch of guys that you love, getting it recorded, and getting it to an audience, and then getting out and playing it to that audience. That's success. It's not how many people are sitting there. It's not how many records you sold. It's nothing to do with, that's not what success is. Success is getting the artwork finished.
And we look forward to seeing you do that.
That's
tonight.
all success is.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, come on. Think about famous artists. The song, the sadness from Worth Away. was about Van Gogh. People realize Van Gogh never sold one fucking painting. But how many paintings did he do? Hundreds.
Right.
That's the success.
Just the love of
That's the
art.
success.
Yeah.
And they've even got a whole museum dedicated just to him. He doesn't know it. He never lived to see it. His paintings are worth millions. He died a pauper. He died a poor man, never knowing what was. So what I'm ultimately saying is he was still successful because he got the job done.
Right.
He got the job done.
Right.
And that's what makes him. That's what makes it so fucking stupendous to the world today, is that he got the job done. Look at what that guy really did. Does it really matter as an artist whether you made millions? No, it doesn't. It means more about your longevity and what you left behind. The successes of your artwork, that you got it done. That's the success.
Right.
It's not the amount of money, it's not the popularity, it's that you got the art done.
Amen.
Anyway, that's my outlook.
That's awesome, man. Can't ask for any more.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you very much for your time, Lips. We really appreciate it. Keep kicking ass on the road.
I'm gonna have lots of fun on the road. I always do.